Hi everybody. I am so excited to be kicking off a new series for the next 12 days called the 12 Days of Christmas. And I'm going to be sharing Christmas recipes and crafts and fun things to do at home with your family because we're all looking for stuff to do and ways to be more cheerful. So I thought it would be just a fun thing to do, and I hope you are all as excited as I am because this year it's been kind of tough to get in the holiday spirit. I'm sure a lot of you are feeling that way, but we all have to be super jolly and happy and appreciative of what we have, and so I thought this would be fun. So today, to kick off the 12 Days of Christmas, I'm going to be making ambrosia. It's National Ambrosia Day, like who knew? But a couple of weeks ago, a friend of mine asked if I had ever made ambrosia. And I thought that was really funny because I thought of that sort of like as the Jell-O salad molds of the 70s, like super retro, and does anybody actually eat it anymore? But apparently people do. So then I started looking at recipes and I was like, oh yeah, this stuff is really, really good. The best thing about it is you probably have the ingredients, or you can scare up ingredients. You don't have to make it super traditional if you don't want to. But anyway, so I'm gonna get started. These vertical videos are tough to kind of spread out and show things. So maybe I'll just move it down a little bit so you can see the ingredients a little bit more. Okay, so anyway, so I am starting with a half a cup of heavy cream. I'm gonna put that in my stand mixer with a tablespoon of sugar. And I'm just gonna beat that to pretty stiff heats, which should only take a minute or two. Hopefully. So for anyone tuning in, I'm making Ambrosia Salad, which is like super delicious. Should only take a minute or two. So half a cup of heavy cream, tablespoon of sugar, beat it in the stand mixer to stiff heats. That looks good. Okay, so now that I have it, I can show you. Stiff peaks, turn it upside down, nothing comes out of the bowl, nothing moves. So that's your stiff peaks. So then into that, I'm gonna put it in my little bowl now. I'm gonna fold the whipped cream into my bowl. I could use the stand mixer bowl, I guess, but it's not very sturdy on the bottom, as you know. Put that over there. Okay, so I've got my whipped cream, and into that I'm going to just sort of gently fold a half a cup of sour cream. Sort of gives it like a, I don't know, a little tartness, a little different flavor. My husband just texted me that there's no cranberries at the grocery store, which I'm sure there are, but he doesn't know where to find them. But he's great because he does all the grocery shopping. I just give him my list and he usually does really well. So I'll have to see if they sell cranberries online, I guess. Okay, so I've got my sour cream, my whipped cream, and now I'm going to add in a cup of flaked coconut. This is unsweetened. It's like just regular flaked coconut. I guess you could use either in it, depending on how sweet you want it to be. I guess if you use the sweetened coconut, you'd skip the sugar maybe. Okay, so now that's that. So now you're gonna add your fruit. The most important thing is that your fruit is really, really well drained because you don't want the whole thing to be like a wet, icky mess. So I took my fruit and I put it in a mesh strainer over a bowl for maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours while I was waiting to make sure that it really had drained really well. So I've got a cup of pineapple chunks. Mix in. I'm kind of doing this gently because I don't want to like completely wreck my whipped cream. I've got a cup of mandarin oranges. You could also use regular orange, you know, chunks, whatever, slices. But the mandarin oranges are like, they're just so, this just reminds me of being a kid. Weird retro recipe. And then I've got some maraschino cherries, and in fact, I'm just gonna keep 2 out for garnish. So I've got about a half a cup of maraschino cherries. Those I made sure were really well drained, and I put them on a paper towel because you don't want like your whole salad to turn red. So you wanna make sure that your cherries are really well drained. I probably could use more than that. Well, I only had a half a cup of cherries, but I would definitely add a whole cup, not a half a cup. Then you've got 3 cups of mini marshmallows. which is probably too much for my bowl. I'm just going to carefully fold those in. Seems like a lot of marshmallows. My husband did find these at the store, so he does really good with my list. It's just when I put like super weird things on it that sometimes he can't find them, but I would find it hard to believe that there's no cranberries in the store right now. There have to be. All right, so we're just carefully folding it all together. Make sure everything is all mixed in. Ugh. That's good. So that's that. This is Ambrosia Salad. So then I've just got these little glasses. These are actually cocktail glasses. So I'm just going to spoon some of this in neatly without making a super mess on the jar, on the glass. Whoops. Do a little bit more. Probably could use smaller glasses because this is a fairly large portion. Anyway, so I've got my ambrosia in my glass, and I had some sage growing on the windowsill, fresh sage. So I'm just going to put a little leaf of sage in, and then one of the cherries. Should have saved 2 cherries per, but anyway, cherries on top. So that makes a super cute, easy dessert, super delicious. It's pretty light, so if you have a heavy meal, it's like a good dessert to serve after a heavy meal. And like I said, if you don't have mandarin oranges, you can use regular. You could use different kinds of fruit, I guess. Whatever you like. But that made a pretty good bowl. I'd say that's like 6 servings or 8 servings or something like that. So that is Ambrosia Salad. It's National Ambrosia Day. So for the first day of 12 Days of Christmas, there's your easy recipe to whip up for the holidays. And like I said, come back next 12 days around noon. I'm going to be sharing a holiday recipe or craft or tip or something like that. And we'll just try to have some fun at home and enjoy the holidays. So thanks guys for joining me, and I'll see you right back here tomorrow for the second day of Christmas. And how do I end it?